Good evening everyone and welcome to interviews.net. Today we welcome a very special billionaire from India and a very distinctive philanthropist named AzimPremji. Go ahead, you can join me, Mr. Premji.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So, are you fine?
Yes,
Are our studios enough comfortable for you?
much comfortable.
Yes, perfect. Well, can you describe yourself briefly, Mr. Premji?
Sure. I am an Indian, and when I was young, I went to study at Stanford University. And
United States?
yes, for an engineering degree.
Good.
And just before my graduation, my father died, so
Sorry for you.
thank you. So I needed to return to India for take over the company. So I took over the company, and years after, it became a big informatic services power.
Yeah.
That before it was like a company that produced light bulbs and baby care products.
Simple products.
Yeah. So I transformed.
Well, by compilating all these achievements, Mr. Premji, how is your fortune today, if it's not too personal, of course?
No, it's okay. My fortune is elevated at $16 billion.
Very impressive. Mr. Premji, you are a philanthropist. Did you create any foundations?
Sure. I created the AzimPremji Foundation in 2001. This foundation is its goal is to like help people for the education to elementary to university.
Very good, very impressive.
And it's also a non-profit.
If my question is not too personal, how much money did you give for education programs in India?
Well, you know, I gave approximately $2 billion for education across the entire Indian country.
Very impressive. How does the Indian people see you? As a rich businessman or as a good Samaritan?
Well, first, my surroundings know I'm a rich person, so I'm also called in my country the Indian Bill Gates. Yes, I know.
That's funny.
Also, the people in India see me as a good man because I built a lot of schools in my country.
Mr. Premji, you own a university. What is the main idea behind building it?
Well, my main idea was that I wanted to educate the Indian people so that the country will be developed by itself, by some cultivated Indians, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So the country will not be dependent of others to develop itself.
It's very smart. Well, mister, did you saw any improvements in the education program in India since you start donating?
Well, sure. At first, the education program in India was really poor, if you give me the permission to say this. And also, not a good percentage of Indians were going to university and high education programs. So, when I donated money, I saw a really good improvements. The percentage of students that went to high school, to the university was really higher. And also, the education program is really a lot better than before.
I guess it's available for more people.
Yeah, what I did exactly was that I made the education program, and still I made the education program be free for everyone, so everyone has access to a free education.
That's perfect. Well, Mr. Premji, what are the main reasons why you donate your money like that?
Well, you know, when I was young, I lived in a relatively rich family, so I want as many Indians as possible to live like I did when I was young, in comfort and really well educated.
That's good. Would you feel bad about yourself if you hadn't gave all this money?
Well, of course, because I was born in India, and I want to, no, not I want, I need to help people with my fortune. And also, life brought me where I am now, so I really need to give what life brought me.
Why do your donations target education and not healthcare or things like that?
I know what you mean. Well, first, education is the base of everything. With education, people assure themselves to have a good future.
And good jobs and...
Yeah.
Okay.
If it wasn't from my education,
You wouldn't be
I
there.
wouldn't be with my 16 billion fortune, you know?
Yes. People get independent from the rest of the world and even from the nations.
Yeah. What I mean is, poor people will not be independent anymore from like donations or health care because
They could start live a new life.
yeah, have a job and start to live a new life because they are educated. Educated.
That's perfect. Well, you said a bit earlier that your parents were rich. Were they philanthropists just like you?
Well, of course, my parents were philanthropists. Well, I grew up with my two parents, so I was inspired by their philanthropy movements that they did throughout all their life. So that's why I became. It's not only this that made me a philanthropist, but it's the main reason that
They placed
I
you
had
on
a
the
de-
track of philanthropy?
Yeah, it placed me in the
Yes.
track of philanthropy.
It's
And
perfect.
you know, it will be like this for generations.
They teach you
My
good
kids-
manners. Give away your money to poor people.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Well, this makes a conclusion to our magnificent interview. Thank you a lot, Mr. Premji, and see you next week.